Alright, so today and tomorrow, because I'm very tired and I'm on a strict time schedule at the moment, but today we're looking at Am I the Asshole of Reddit? Now, usually if you have to ask that question, it usually means you are, so let's just get that out of the way, but hopefully we'll find some interesting stories in here. We'll just go through one for now and then I'll see you tomorrow. Am I the asshole for smacking a bottle that my GF was drinking from out of her hand? Let's have a look at this one. This sounds juicy. My GF, 28, female, is a very adventurous, daring, extroverted person. I, 27, you might say less so. I, 27, 27? 20 semen. I, 27, male, am, you might say, less so. One of her friend groups has a thing going on where they take turns to come up with dares, and the ones who do them get points based off of how difficult the group thinks the dare is. There's no money involved, just bragging rights. Alright, sounds good. Usually it's stuff that's more funny than anything else, like having to knock on 10 houses to ask for toilet paper, but recently somebody came up... That's funny? Somebody knocked on my door and asked for toilet paper. Well, I don't have any neighbours, so I'd be a bit... I'd be frightened. But recently someone came up with a dare to drink half a bottle, 500 milliliters of soya sauce. When I heard about it, her talk about it, I flat out told her that she was really stupid and she could die, yes, or at least be in real danger. I explained why, and I think she agreed with me, so I dropped it. Later that night I went to get some water. In the kitchen I found her filming herself drinking from the soy sauce bowl. I panicked and tried to grab it, and it slipped and went all over the floor and made a huge mess. We had a gigantic fight about this. She said I was being controlling and a killjoy and taking away her agency. Since she was totally fine, I was clearly overreacting. Well, I don't know, if you thought she was going to poison herself. I don't know if you're clearly overreacting there, let's be honest. I generally don't think I did anything wrong, and I'm pretty sure the only reason nothing happened to her was that she had just started drinking, but the whole friend group is against me. Fuck her, fuck them, see ya, that's it. You thought she was poisoning herself, you tried to... Well, this is if you were telling the whole story, realistically, you could be only telling half of it. I'd love to hear her side, of course, but you're trying to stop her poisoning herself, you told her previously, and she tried to do it anyway. Realistically, that's just natural selection. You should have just let her drink it. That's what I think, genuinely. You should have just let her drink it. You told her it was poisonous. She made her decision. Bye. Would I be the asshole for not returning a $1,000 gift given to me by my co-workers for my baby? This is a long one. Very long. I don't know, I just don't care that deep, I can't be honest. Am I the asshole for telling my brother that he didn't need to share that his wife was in labour in my wedding? My wedding was days ago. My brother attended, but his wife didn't. She was nearing her due date to give birth, and she didn't come. The wedding was going well. Alright, so she didn't come. The wedding was going well. Till my brother received a call from his... mill? Don't know what that means. Telling him that Sill... Am I being really stupid here? He told me he was leaving, and my wife and I were fine with that, but the issue began after he had told one of the guests that Sill was in labour. Word spread out, and suddenly everybody was talking about it, which disrupted the event. Even my parents started calling, and there was a huge fuss, which frankly was unnecessary if my brother just left in silence or made up some excuse. Why would he make up some excuse? I'm sorry, I don't see your point here. Why would he make up some excuse? It's a baby being brought into the world. It's supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be happy times. You'd want to tell everyone. He shouldn't have to make up some excuse. I contacted him later and expressed my grief and frustration with what he did. I told him how the news of his wife being in labour disrupted the wedding and caused my wife to feel like her day was ruined. That's a bit petty, I'm not gonna lie. That's really petty. A wife should just be happy that her brother-in-law is having a child and hopefully it all went well. That's all you should be thinking about. It shouldn't be this petty. He lashed out asking how any of that was his fault. Exactly. I explained how he should have just left or made up some excuse to leave, but he said he didn't mean any harm and that he was in a hurry and worried at the time, of course. He said it wasn't like he announced it and told me I disrespected him by arguing with him about it. We had a big argument and our parents sided with him and told me to get over myself and are now expecting me to apologise. Yes, your parents are goddamn right, you do need to apologise. In my opinion. Am I the asshole for accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career? I'm in a tough spot right now, and I'm not sure if I'm the asshole or not. My girlfriend, 27, female, let's call her Sarah, and I, 26, male, have been together for 3 years. She's always been passionate about her job as a teacher, and has worked really hard to build her career up. However, a few weeks ago, I accidentally stumbled upon some photos of Sarah on Instagram that I've never seen before. They were pictures of her in some very revealing clothing, and some of them were even nude. I was shocked and confronted her about it. She told me she used to be a lingerie model before becoming a teacher. She said she stopped doing it because she didn't want it to affect her career, and she thought I knew about it already. Alright, there's nothing wrong with that. You gotta do what you gotta do. Girls gotta eat, you know what I mean? I didn't know how to react at first, but eventually I told a few of my friends about it. Alright. One of my friends is a gossip and ended up telling someone who works at the school where Sarah teaches. Of course that was going to happen. Why would you tell your friends about it? Would you not just be happy that you're dating a lingerie model? Is that not good enough for you? Long story short, the photo somehow got in the hands of the school board and Sarah was fired for unprofessional behaviour. Sarah's devastated and blames me for ruining her career. She says that I should have kept my mouth shut and that I betrayed her trust. I feel terrible about what happened, but I didn't know that it would lead to this. Am I the asshole for accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career? Yes. Yes, you are. But, again, a good point to make in a video like this is you are the asshole 90% of the times you have a conflict in your life. And people hate to admit it. You're always going to be an asshole. You're always going to cause problems somewhere along the line. Whether you admit it and try and better yourself is a completely different thing. Yes, I'd say you are the asshole for doing this. But does that mean you can't make up for it? That you can't try your hardest to become a better person? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all. I've just realised what BIL, SIL, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. I'm so stupid. It's ridiculous. I'm stupid. I'm just thick. Am I the asshole for blowing up on my husband over chicken Alfredo? I'd like to think this was just at a restaurant. Hello sir, what would you like? Oh, I'll have the chicken Alfredo, please. She's just over there fuming in the other side of the room. I, 38 female, am married to my husband, 42 male. We've been together since our early 20s and have 3 small children, all under 10. He's a mechanic and works anywhere from 60 to 80 hours a week, while I work as a hostess 3 days a week at a restaurant while the kids are at school. I do the majority of the housework and childcare and I don't mind, as I understand he has a hard job and works a lot. He gets the kids on the bus every morning because he leaves for work about 10 minutes afterwards. All I ask of him is to do his laundry, as his clothes are covered in oil and grime and need to go in by themselves, and pick up after himself because the kids destroy the house enough. A couple times a week he'll help with dinner and clean up at the end of the day as well. Very nice. Sounds like a lovely functioning family. everyone fill in their roles. I mean, not that they have pre-assigned roles due to anything personal, but, you know, when you're parenting, you both have to take a share of the work. That can be really stressful, and it can be trying on a lot of relationships. I came from a divorce, I suppose. I'm starting to understand a little bit more the situation. Over the last 2 months, he's completely stopped helping. Alright. This is, you gotta let that man go territories now. He dumps his clothes on the laundry room floor. His half of the bedroom is a mess. He leaves cans and wrappers all over the living room, and he's even stopped getting the kids up, which has upset them as they love their mornings with their dad. He's also been coming home hours later than usual. I've been letting it slide as he seems very stressed out, but a few days ago he snapped at me for being a shitty wife for letting his clothes go unwashed. That's disgusting. I reminded him that he always did his own laundry and he hadn't asked me to do it. I've been doing it, I just hadn't got to it yet. He just grumbled and went to go watch TV. Last night I made chicken Alfredo. We have it about once a week because the kids love it and no one's ever complained. Well, he bitched and moaned the whole through. He bitched and moaned through the whole dinner. Said that I'm not taking care of the house, I should at least put a good meal on the table, that I've been letting the whole family go to shit and I should be ashamed of myself for treating him and his children like that, called me a bad wife and mother in front of our children. That's too far. One thing that I think should always be taken into account in a relationship like this is your significant other should not disrespect you in front of your kids. It's wrong. It's immoral. And it's not fair because those kids, they'll see one of their parents undermining the authority of the other. This is him damaging the family. I told the children to go to their rooms and snapped. I screamed at him about how much I do for the household, that if it wasn't for me, the place would be trashed and he has no right to treat me like this over chicken Alfredo. We went back and forth for a while before he left. I have no idea where he went and he isn't answering my calls or texts. I feel bad now as I shouldn't have reacted like that, especially because I know he's just stressed from work. But it all just kind of built up and came out at once. Just want to know if I was wrong for freaking out on him like that. I don't believe so. I think both of you were put in stressful situations, and he let his stressful situation put you in your own. You shouldn't feel bad. Update, I called my husband for the 100th time because he still hasn't come home and the kids wanted to know where he was, and a woman answered. I didn't recognize the voice, and he doesn't have a sister. I asked her to put me on the phone with my husband. She asked who I was. I said I was his wife, and she laughed into the phone and told me he was busy. We went back and forth with her laughing at me the whole time, telling her she'll send him home soon, and hanging up. It's now the next morning and he's still not home. I really didn't think he was cheating. I had really hoped this was just a rough patch, but it looks like most of you were right. I'm heartbroken and a little in shock. Not really sure what to do right now. My brother said I should come stay with him. I might. Or maybe just bring the kids so they don't have to see us fight. I might update again, or I might not. But I'm sure you all know where this is heading anyway. That's very unfortunate. I kinda wish there was no update, because I kinda wish I could just leave it in my head that they got over their problems and the husband wasn't a complete asshole. You are not the asshole. Alright, well that's it from me. I might do a couple other episodes on this, because it is fun. It's nice. It's nice judging people. I don't know, it's just something addictive about it, you know, I just want to judge everyone. No, I don't. I don't really believe that being an asshole is always wrong. But in some of these cases, it definitely was. And I'm sure we'll read more sometime again. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I guess that's it. Don't rest for the wicked. Word spread out, and suddenly everyone was talking about it, which disrupted the. Word spread out about it, and no, that's wrong.